Okay, here we are. We are going to finish out the shop my shelves because we need to clean this stuff out. This room needs renovated desperately. That is my dogs barking in the background. Frontier is in the neighborhood putting in their fiber optic cables and making every animal in the neighborhood just go crazy. So please do forgive. So we're going to start over here. I wanted to let you know that some of this stuff I had to bring up for various reasons. I found out it belonged to somebody in the family. It had an issue with it. That carnival glass pitcher had chips in the spout. So, if it had chips or it belonged to somebody in the family, it actually came back up here. So, some few things did come back up. Um, However, well, let's work on this here. Some Blendo, of course, and actually I matched that up with a set of these and a picture that's in the original box in on my eBay. So you could look that up if you care to, but we can maybe do a grouping with that. We do have another strawberry here, so nothing wrong with it. I already have one of my own, so we can most definitely send that to a new home. And if I am correct, I do believe I have, yep, an apple right there. So we can make a little grouping of the strawberry and the apple. And hazel atlas, of course. Little jam jars, so cute. We could do a pairing of those and sell them together. And moving back this way, we do have another one of the pink cubists. So there's two of those. We can send those to a new home. This EAPG here, uh, it's got some chips on the inside of, not this lid. Yeah, they're on that lid, if you can see. And there's some on there too. I'll be keeping that just mostly because it's chips, but I like it too. It's a beautiful piece. Wish it hadn't been chipped up. It does come in several different colors. Look at the top on that. It's gorgeous. Anyway, it'll be staying here along with the council bowl. I really wish I had found the candlesticks that go with that. So, but I didn't. And I have no clue what I'm going to do with it, but it speaks to me, so it will be staying here with me. I have some lovely and Empoli glass here, which I don't know if I am going to keep it or not. I should probably send it off to a better home. It's lovely amber. Sometimes I think I'm the only person on the planet who still likes amber and clear glass. But we'll put it over on the table for maybe. So 2 pieces of that. My Anarco orange spice. This is my grandson's little art glass bird. That will stay. And I bought this piece here 10,000 years ago when I was a young person. That thing has traveled all over the United States and in and out of the country with me. It is in Poli, I do believe. I couldn't have been born in 1718 when I bought it. So it's going to live here forever with me because it's been with me forever. So let me move some of this out of the way and we'll move down to the second shelf. Okay, moving down to the second shelf, we have some more Narco orange spice, and I'm holding on to this because I have several other pieces of it for sale on my eBay at, was it Misty's or Becky's? It was Misty's, I think, in Wyanett. I fell into about 50 pieces of that and just bought it all out wholesale. Kept pieces that were doubles for myself, and the rest are up on my eBay. Now, I love these little chip and dip sets, or dip set. I don't know how many chips you could get in there, Problem is I have several of them for sale on my eBay at reasonable prices. Now, my eBay, I always price a couple dollars less than anybody else. So if I can't move them at a couple dollars less than anyone else, they're just not moving. And I have the large ones. I have the lime green and the orange blendo. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So I don't know. I think I might just hold on to those myself. We have some more blendo. And we have this lovely fairy lamp. I think we can put the fairy lamp and the blendo over here on the table for finding a new home. Here, this really beautiful large serving plate. I think it's Noritake. Just something I picked up for myself. It's really large. It'd be a pain in the bottom to ship. Yeah, it's Noritake. Yes, that's Noritake. Bimini. Made in Japan. It's a beautiful piece. I think we should put it over on the table. All right, we have here, I think, that is a piece of Viking. I'm not sure. And it may be why I have not put it on eBay. Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was. I'm pretty sure it's Viking. It may not be. If you know, please let me know. And I did have a couple of people let me know about some things I asked about on my last video. And I want to thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I appreciate your help. And I appreciate you. I did have a person who has purchased from me prior on my eBay channel find me on YouTube and left a very lovely message. So thank you for that as well. So I brought these up. It looks like it's going to be another piece of hazel atlas. So we found another. Apparently I like these better than I thought. Whoops. Another hazel atlas apple jam jar. So we can put this over here. We're getting quite a few things going on our little table here. So we can definitely put that there. We're going to swing back this way and see what is in this. I think it's a piece of art glass. Probably something for my grandson. Ooh. Look at the controlled bubbles. Ooh, Mr. Whale is pretty darn awesome. Obviously something I've set aside for my grandson. Oh, he's so cute. Definitely putting that back for Oliver. Because, yeah, he likes that stuff. And I like buying it for him. Another one of my compotes, which I will keep because I put candies and doolollies in there for family. And I've got this lovely, huge, humongous pottery pitcher that I'm going to keep, if only for the mere fact it weighs 5 million pounds and I don't want to ship it. It's beautiful though. Oh, let's see what it says. Marcrest oven-proof stoneware. It's a beautiful piece. I like the designs on that. So yeah, we'll be keeping that. I think what we're finding as we go along further down these shelves is things that I'm more apt to keep than the ones that were further out. But I really do like this, and we will definitely be keeping that here. Okay, we are on the third shelf down here, heading towards the southeast in this bedroom. And what I'm finding here is I bought a bunch of this. It's Fitz and Floyd. I bought because it has the Egyptian motif And my mother loved Egyptology, Egypt, anything to do with that kind of stuff. Actually taught herself to read hieroglyphics. My mother was a remarkable woman. Um, Fierce, intelligent, and wouldn't take any guff off of anybody. So these aren't necessarily old, but they're good pieces. And here's the little cup that goes with the saucer. I bought them because of my mother, and I intended to keep them, and I still will. There are several more pieces to this. Maybe not necessarily in that area, but there are several more pieces. And I don't know if I have mentioned this, but I am a sucker for the rubber grapes. Oh my goodness. If I see them, I will buy them. And I do have numerous sets of those on my eBay. Go over there and check it out. We have some carnival glass in the amber. Reminds me of one that my mother have, so that obviously will be staying here as well. I'm sorry, the barking has been going on for a couple of weeks while they're putting in these fiber optic cables. Boy, I wish they'd get done. Very mid-century modern, stoneware, oven-proof. It'll be staying here because of that. Also, it reminds me of pieces that my aunt had when I was a kid, and I'll pan you around this way. Down this road, that gray house on the other side of that yellow one was my aunt's house when I was a kid. Actually, a lot of my family lived down here when I was a child and still do. Yeah, I think my family might have kind of colonized the West End here in town. So I still live here, and my uncle lives up the road from me. And then the two houses built by my aunt and uncle are owned by non-family members. And then I also have a cousin who lives up the road. So there's still a few of us left here. Still rolling around on the third shelf. So little ceramic tile trivet. I obviously bought for myself. Still got the ticket on it, sticker anyway. I collect roosters, so that I obviously bought for myself. And then I like gadgets of all kinds. So I found this. This was in the middle of COVID as well. The Grind-O-Mat food grinder chopper. It's all in there. I don't know if gadgets sell, but I do have the original box. And it's that avocado green stuff. So maybe we'll see, put it up on eBay and see if anybody bites. I have a lovely piece of bittersweet. I think I might have got this from Barb at Winking Owl Antiques. She sells with Jeffrey from Real Nifty Vintage on Friday nights on YouTube. Go check out his channel and their live sale. This is beautiful, and I'll be keeping that. I love the bittersweet. This is just some, I do believe, probably made in Japan. Little bowl I've bought myself. It's gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't see why we couldn't. Oh, some of the cold paint is missing. So that's probably why it's sitting here. That cold paint, it's hard. It doesn't stay on. I think what we have here is some pressed glass, probably a relish dish. Yes, I do mark my own things. Vintage Jeanette glass relish dish. It's really very pretty. Oh my gosh, it weighs 500 pounds. So, I mean, if somebody doesn't mind paying for the shipping for that, we can definitely put it over here on this table. So we're getting a few more things. Please do forgive the dogs. So this is the last shelf on this shelving unit. I'm going to pull some of this stuff up and we will have a look at it. Uh, a couple of things I'm looking for besides that Hazel Atlas all elusive white whale of a pineapple jam jar is a couple of pieces of George Briard. One piece I found, honest to God, at Goodwill. No one would believe me. And another piece I bought from Barb at Winking Owl Antiques. So they should be in these last two shelves. So we're looking for those. And then I bought this little soup tureen. I mean, it's not... I like the understated and the delicate. Some folks don't. That's okay. But, and I noticed that the gold is wearing on the lid and the handles. But the reason why I bought it was when I originally bought it, it had a sticker on it that said it was Aunt Emma's and she had gotten it for her wedding as a wedding gift way back when. The sticker somewhere here, it must have fallen down somewhere, but I think we'll keep that just because I like the provenance of it. I like that it was Aunt so-and-so's and it was given to her for her wedding and way back when. So I like that idea. So we'll just be keeping that here and keeping them warm in our thoughts. Okay. So we're getting along here. Some of this is my mom's stuff. So we're getting down to this was my mother's. It sat on a great big bureau downstairs in this house when I was a kid and had a hideous burgundy, humongous 70s candle in it. So I don't know where she got it. If someone gave it to her, she bought it herself. I really don't know. But it's one of the few things that I have that were my mother's. There was a fire here when I was 11, so most of that stuff was ruined. But I do have this piece here, and that Pyrex primary mixing bowl, and the yellow was my mommy's as well. That stays, and I think it was my mom's before that. So it's passed down 3 generations of us crazy women here, actually in the same house. Well, this is wrapped up pretty good, so I'm wondering if that might be one of the pieces of the George Briard. But I don't know. It's awful heavy. Oh, I don't think it is. Just by that. And then we have, like I say, I like the amber glass. And we will obviously be keeping this as well. I love these. Love, love, love these. Vintage Indiana glass deviled egg dish, amber. It's really heavy. It's really large. Very difficult to ship. Let's see what we have in here. Ooh, we have a carnival glass one. Yeah, lovely carnival glass relish dish, which we will be keeping that as well. Very pretty. Very pretty. So I've pulled up the last few pieces off of that shelf. I don't know if this is supposed to be an ashtray or candy dish or a trinket dish with my nons. I loved it. It's funky and it's cool, and I love these apples. That will be staying here as well. I think we're going to run into the rest of the Ramesses by Fitz and Floyd. Yes. Ooh. That is the Crook and Frail, or Fail, that the Pharaoh would have carried. There should be a couple more pieces. Yep. This is Fitz and Floyd also with an Asian motif. It's beautiful. I'll be keeping all of these pieces. Geisha, Fitz and Floyd. Beautiful piece. Just absolutely gorgeous piece. I'm used to their more whimsical, humorous type of items. This is another piece of Fitz and Floyd, and it's the Ramesses as well. Looks like they're cloisonne, is that what it's called? Or they're lapis jewelry, very pretty. I think we have run into the Georges Briard. We have. This piece is stunning, and I got that from Barb at Winking Owl Antiques. Beautiful piece. Beautiful. And I have two pieces of Georges Briard. Tucked way down in the back and underneath everything, I found this diamond Match Company matchbox holder. 1938. It's pretty interesting. I'll probably be keeping it because it's large and hard to ship, but I don't know. Maybe somebody would like to have it. So that's the last of that shelf, and we're going to move on to the last shelving unit I have. Then I have a couple other spots I've got some stuff squirreled away in. Last shelving unit, we do have this lovely piece of pink depression glass. Just a little footed compote. I will be keeping that. I do have some lovely pieces of Pyrex here. I have the pink, the turquoise, and the Amish butter print. And if I am correct, there are no chips or cracks on these. They're in pretty good shape. And I have so much of the Corning Spice of Life and the cornflower blue that I don't need anymore. So I think we would base, that's all stuff I'm keeping there. There's my record collection of what my daughter hasn't pilfered off of me. Anybody else's kids take their old LPs and 45s? God, I'd almost forgotten what a 45 was. Okay, and then there are candles that go with this, acrylic candles. I do believe these glow in the dark. These are fantastic. Look at these textured beauties. Those are something else. And then I got that at Jeffrey at Real Nifty Vintage Pop-Up. That's so beautiful. That will be staying here. And I think that in that bag might be a popcorn Santa Claus. But the Pyrex and the candle holder and the green tumblers, we'll move those over to our Finding a New Home table. Yeah, Santa Claus was in, popcorn Santa Claus was in the bag. I got popcorn Santa from Misty at Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter. Please do go like and subscribe to her channel. She does live sales. She's also on Whatnot. She's fantastic. Wonderful things. Really nice lady. Then I found this flower frog, and I had never, ever seen one like it. Now, flower frogs are not necessarily my wheelhouse, so it wouldn't be surprising, but I just thought it was odd and unusual. Afraid I'm going to break it. There we go. So yeah, it's the inside, and then this fits inside of it. It's in really good shape. We ought to look that up and see what we can do with that. And some more cornflower blue, which is my nons and goes over in my I'm keeping pile. All right, moving along. Of course, we've got the little aluminum tumblers that I will keep because they're only 2. And these I found out underneath the back porch of this house. So I'm assuming at some point they belonged to somebody who lived here, my mother or my grandfather. So we'll keep those. Of course, my Indigo, Blue Mood, and Narco also keeping, and the orange spice will be keeping. This is just a rando couple of shirt. Well, this is optic block, I do believe, pink depression wear, sherbet, and this little thumbprint one. They're just random, and we'll pull them out. Maybe I can just do a random grab bag of stuff. I'm not sure really. We'll see what's going on when I get it all pulled out. Moving along, it's Precious Moments. I don't know why I have it. Nobody gave it to me. It must be missing something somewhere, like right there. I think we're going to put that into I think I'm going to make a box of stuff. I know a lot of folks like to make things with objects like that, and I'm just going to throw it out there on my Facebook marketplace and see if anybody wants it for free. So that's what we're going to do with that. I have a couple of these very well made porcelain vases from Japan. This one maybe not as nice as the one behind it, but is a lovely piece. I like it. And then there's the marking on the bottom. OMC, I think. Yeah. OMC Japan. So we'll be keeping that piece because I do use that a lot with my flowers. And then I found this one was also left to somebody from a relative. I found it at Goodwill. I really hate to see that when that happens. And we have some acrylic candles that go in those little brown ball candlestick holders. So let's pull this out and see what we've got going on. This is Bavarian, made in Germany. It was supposed to be given to Brian, and either Brian didn't get it or Brian didn't want it. And Brian's a fool because it's a lovely piece. And I will be keeping that as well. So we'll just put that over here. We've got some more cornflower blue. This is a little glass relish spoon. I've kept it. I don't know what it belongs to, nothing of mine, but I found it and I liked it. So, until I find something to use it in, that's where it's going to go. So we'll be keeping that and that. And, a little clamshell there and some glass vegetables. We'll be keeping hold of that, and a little planter. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that. Let's pull some of this out. Those are also little Fire King bowls that I found under the porch as well a few years ago. And you saw this earlier, but look at the little handles on there. So pretty. So we'll be keeping that as well. And then we're going to move down. Oh, hey, look what we found on this shelf. Two things. George Briard, the elusive pineapple jam jar. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way. So a little lusterware teapot with, I do believe those are supposed to be poppies. I'll be keeping this. I collect teapots, so obviously keeping that. And then when we came down here, we found more in Narco. This is a green, and I don't know what the name of the green is. I'll have to look it up. But I have 3 pieces of it, salt and pepper, and it looks like a little candy dish. And then I have 3 pieces more of the Blue Mood. Looks like 2 pitchers and a coffee pot. I think if one of those pitchers is not chipped or cracked, we might put that on our table of things to find new homes, and we'll get in there and have a look at that pineapple next. That thing is really cool. I'm glad we found it. Okay, so there is the Hazel Atlas pineapple. I bought it at the antique shop in Geneseo. I've got one of their shop-alongs there on my YouTube channel. Not when I found this. I found this a couple of years ago. But yeah, very hard to find. And I think I paid $90 for it. That will also be staying here. We have some Franciscan ivy. That has a crack in it, and that's why it stayed. I use it actually in a lot of my Easter and St. Pat's displays. A little tiny swung vase that I will be keeping here. I couldn't tell you where I got that. So yeah, no idea where I got that at, but it will be staying here. Red is one of my favorite colors. And here is the George Briard little platter plate thingamabobber that I got at Goodwill in Geneseo a long time ago. So I don't know why that's on there, but it is. But we'll be keeping the George Briard as well. Okay, we have one more shelf there to go, and then just a couple of little cubby holes. Then we'll be done. Pulled up everything off of the last shelf. I know this is something. I just don't remember what it is. And I know that this particular pattern sells well on eBay. And I think it was because of this little mark there. And then there was just another little mark somewhere else that I didn't sell it. But maybe I should put it up on eBay. I mean, I rarely post anything with chips or nothing with cracks in it. Rarely anything with chips unless it's a great piece and it just has a small chip. Something like this. And I always mention it in my listings. So we'll set these aside and maybe we can do something with those. I have some Delphite blue saucers, just the saucers. Some more peach lusterware. Got some green and amber relish dishes. Those I'll set aside for my Easter and fall dinner table, along with the amber bowl. And then I have these for Thanksgiving, my little gobblers. We'll keep those. And like I said, you can't sell, according to eBay, I cannot sell those types of coffee percolators on eBay, so it'll be staying. I have two. I was going to keep one for myself, sell the other one, but they tell me I can't sell them, so we'll be putting that over there with the rest of my blue cornflower blue. This is part of a chest of drawers, a mirror, and this other chest of drawers that was my mother's. It's in this house here. I keep most of it stored in here because I don't want anything to happen to it. And it has all my tchotchkes on it. You will see these are matching. I think they might be Hazel Atlas if I remember correctly. They match. I'm keeping them. And I am also keeping the little hobnail. Love these boudoir lamps. Check out the little S&H green stamps. Anybody else besides me remember those? This was my grandmother's. It sat on the radiator in her house when I was growing up. So that also will be staying here. And then basically what I've got here is just some odds and ends that I didn't know what to do with. This has a crack in it somewhere, I think is why it's sitting here. So I'm not really sure, but I think it does. Regardless, we'll take it downstairs with us. Maybe we can figure out something to do with it. These will go, these have little plates and Mother's Day tins. I'll be putting those on my eBay here. Let's see, what else do we have here? Little Christmas lollies. These are for Mother's Day. I had a bunch of these, and then I tripped and fell in here and knocked them over and broke quite a few of them. They're Avon. Let's see about selling those. And I have this Hager. I don't know why we didn't put this up for sale. I love it. We'll put it on our table. We'll have to put it over here because we're running out of room. Still don't know what those are. So here's what we've got so far on the big table. And then we'll go over there and see what else we can find in that other little area. Lots of candle holders here. We can definitely pull these out. These two here that match, we can pull out. And I think there might be another one over there. Let me get these pulled out and see what else we have floating around in here. So there's the Corelle tumblers and carafe that I found. That can definitely find a new home. Comes in the original box. This lovely hand-painted lantern here. And I'm going to turn slowly. I do have numerous lanterns here. My grandson likes them. He likes to tinker with them. I'm going to keep all of those in the house for him, so he has something to restore and love. And I think that's everything except for my collection of brooches, but all of those will be staying here. So that's it for shopping my shelves. I think we've pulled out quite a bit of really great stuff, and we will put it all up on eBay. If you want to find me over there and find any of these items that I am putting out there, it's Cody, all lowercase letters, CODY 2071. You all have a good day. Get out there. Get your thrift on.